Hey everybody, it's Alexia from amysticspath back with another pick a card reading for you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching. Now, this week's pick a card reading focuses on what message from spirit have you been missing. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the video. Make sure you guys center yourselves and pick the group or groups that you feel pulled to, and I will be back with your messages. Okay, so for my group number ones, we get Cycles, the Moon card, the Knight of Swords, Ten of Cups, and Deluge. Okay, and what I'm really seeing within this, guys, is, especially within the Moon card, the Cycles card, is that you are kind of stepping into this new phase. This phase that is kind of fuller and more abundant. Okay. And I also see the fact that you're ready and almost determined to kind of just strike out and obtain the happiness that it is and the fulfillment that it is that you've been seeking. A lot of determination and willpower and aggression that we're seeing here. Okay, and when I look at the Deluge card, I don't see this as a breakdown or change in your happiness. I see this as a breakdown and a change from where you're currently at, taking you towards that happiness and that fulfillment that you are so driven towards obtaining. I see this as kind of a reworking. So we'll see kind of this breakdown that is starting to happen, or may have already been happening and you may have not known why. And this message is really saying that this breakdown is happening because you are so determined and you have so much willpower to get to this next phase or this elevated phase of fulfillment and happiness, and that this breakdown is just working to get you there and to help propel you there. You can't really keep holding on to the things that are in your environment right now if you are not happy with the way that your environment works. You can't really take that with you, and it doesn't really make very much sense either when you really look at it. It's just that spot of uncomfortability. And when we see breakdowns, things tend to happen when we're not ready to let go of our environment completely. We see things start to break down and having issues with things or people that we weren't necessarily going to let go of, that it was kind of outdated and kind of time to separate. We'll see these breakdowns starting to happen and things like that. And this is more so just taking you to your happiness and the destination, or helping propel you to get to the destination that you're trying to go to. And it's not really just another bump in the road or another thing that's just happened that is just like, oh, right, great, more shit. You know, it's not so much that as it's just working to break things down and move you into a different space. And that is what I am seeing for my group number ones. For my group number twos, we get the Passion card. The Devil, the Sun, and Abatala. Okay, and within this, we see a lot of intense energy. Within this, I see a little bit less passion and a little bit more frustration and disappointment and anger. Those types of energies, or the more so the like lack of your passion coming in, or what it is that you're passionate about coming in, causing some of these energies. May be part of it, or for some of us it may just be things that are happening that are causing us to be in this tense, angry, fiery, emotional state. And it's really blocking and clouding our judgment when it comes to what is good for us and what is not, and what type of situations are good for us and what type of situations are not. There may be a little self-destructive behavior, as well as some coping mechanisms, but more so with this, I see the self-destructive behavior and the confines to that self-destructive behavior because of this angry and irritated and fed up energy that you are feeling. Now, within the Sun card, we see the need to gain clarity. And within this, we see Alice talking to the Queen of Cups as well as the Queen of Swords. And this just shows how much of an intervention is needed between your logical self and your emotional self, because you're kind of being more so ruled by emotions here than by your logic, and there needs to be some clarity that has happened. So maybe you need to talk to somebody that is not so much connected to the situation for a little bit of clarity, or you need to do some self-seeking yourself. I know that it is not in everybody's reality to just have this person or these people that are wise enough or good enough to really talk to you to help get you out of this dark space. So sometimes we have to do inner reflection on with ourselves, which is fine, but within that we do have to be more strict with ourselves, right? Because we have to be in a place where we're being honest. But there is a really big level of clarity that you need here, okay? And when we're looking at Abatala, this is one, to remain pure with the intention of gaining this clarity, as well as moving slow and being like not determined, but what is the word I'm looking for? Being consistent within this, and being consistently finding this clarity and coming from a place of trying to incorporate wisdom into your day-to-day life and what it is that is bothering you. Because when we are in a space like this, especially when we have the devil as our self-destructive behaviors, okay, and this isn't just 100% like coping mechanisms with drugs. When we see self-destructive behaviors, a lot of us go down this spiral where we don't talk to people, or we are not eating enough for control, or we are overeating for our feelings, or we're pushing people away. Okay, there's like self-destructive behaviors is like a huge like list of hundreds of different things that you could be doing. It doesn't have to be like, oh, you're not eating healthy, or oh, you're overeating, or oh, you're not eating enough, or oh, you may be coping with some type of drugs, but that's not always the case. Self-destructive behavior, you know what your self-destructive behavior is, and you know what it looks like when you're spiraling. So just be honest with yourself and remain with a pure intention of trying to see this clarity and trying to see this light and getting out of this phase where all you can really see is fire around you. Okay, really and really try to balance your emotions and your logic if you can, okay? And if you can't, then it may be time to seek some help on trying to find the light, okay? And that is what I'm seeing for my group number 2s. For my group number 3s, we get homecoming, King of Swords, Two of Cups, Ogun Balindio, and you guys get an extra card, Azaka. Because for this one, we ended up with an extra card because that's just kind of how the cards fell. With this, we see this really big energy of where it is, not specifically your home life, but where it is that you feel at home, where it is in your life that you feel at home, like where is your heart at home, okay? And we are looking at the King of Swords because you haven't really found that yet, and you are kind of trying to orchestrate this plan to figure out how it is in this determination, like logically you're claiming this is what it is that I want and what it is that I'm looking for, okay? And you're kind of racking your brain, how can I bring this into my life? This is what I want, and I'm claiming it. There's literally no other option, Okay, and that's what I'm feeling within this. And within the Two of Cups, I see this energy of being matched, being your energy that you are putting out there being matched, whether this is, relationship or partnership, if this is a relationship coming in that you've been seeking or calling out for, whose intentions match yours, or some type of partnership. Or for some of us, this can just be the energies of what you're putting out there. But I do kind of see that this kind of potential partner coming in with the energy matching yours, your intention, your feelings, where you're coming from, all of that kind of like, but not matching in the way where it is similar, matching in the way where we kind of see this duality, like I have this, but I'm missing this. And it's like, okay, well, I have what you're missing and you have what I'm missing type of thing. So either we're looking at relationship, partnership, or just this energy that is matching yours coming in. Okay, kind of like this is what you've been calling out, so now it's starting to come back. Okay, but you've kind of put that out there. You've already decided this is kind of, this is what I'm looking for. This is what I want in my life, and I'm not going to settle for anything else. Okay, so within this, we see the energy of needing to rest. Maybe you've been focusing on it like a lot. Okay, but it's kind of time to take a rest because you're getting ready to move from the barren and dry situation that you're in. Maybe your past relationships or the things that have happened up until this point have been non-reciprocal and not really like you've been giving more than you've been receiving, or you've been giving and receiving nothing at all but like disappointment. Okay, and we see you moving from that. If we look here, we can see him literally walking down this path on the side where it's like, this is not fertile. This is not a fertile relationship. This is not fertile land to grow my crops. I can't make any money here. This isn't going to work. So we see you moving on, literally moving on. Okay, and what's coming through also is that you can't expect this energy or this person to come in to match your energy if you haven't moved on from what it is that you're declaring that you don't want. There may be still some pain left over that you haven't dealt with and haven't released. Okay, so we have to use our logics within this as well. Okay, but what I'm really seeing with this is, this energy coming in that you've been calling in, whether it's a person or an actual energy, but the need for you to kind of just chill out and just rest, because soon you will be moving forward. Soon you will be moving to a new destination. Soon this energy, you will be meeting up with this energy or this person that is coming into your life. But you have to be rested and rejuvenated and kind of heal some of that and release some of what is kind of crushing down on you, so you can be ready to receive what you've been calling out to. Because if you're not ready to receive what you've been calling out to, it's going to look like it's too good to be true, or there's going to be illusion encased in what the universe is trying to give to you that you have been calling for. Okay, now this is what I'm seeing for my group number 3s. For my group number 4s, we get the Magic card. Okay, the Four of Pentacles, Temperance, and Urzuli Freda Dahomey. And within this, I can see you as setting your magic and really setting your intention, working your magic, okay? But within this, and really trying to bring things together and kind of make this creation out of, what you have. I'm going to take a little bit of this, I'm going to take a little bit of this, and I'm going to take a little bit of this. Almost like the ingredients that you're using when you are creating magic. Like, oh, I'm going to use some of this herb, I'm going to use some of this herb, I'm going to use some of this oil, and then I'm going to have this candle right here. Okay, because we are looking at the energies of magic. So if you are a magical worker, I kind of see you pulling in these different ingredients. And even if you're not, and you're just kind of like grabbing from here and grabbing from here, okay, this will work, this will work, this will work, for what you're trying to create, But there's an issue, and there's an issue to why your manifestation is not coming in the way that you want it to come in. And it's causing great sadness and pain and looking and wondering, am I good enough? Why am I not receiving this? Why am I not receiving what I'm asking for? Why am I seeing other people's fruition or intentions coming into fruition, but mine are not? Why is it what I'm asking for isn't turning out to be what I really want? Well, that is because you are literally clutching on to what it is that you already have, that you don't really have room to grab onto what it is that you are literally trying to create. What's driving you mad because it won't come in is because you are in this energy of lack and holding on to like, I can't let this go. I can't let this go. I can't let this go. If I let this go, I won't have enough. If I let this go, then everything's going to fall to shit. So I have to hold on to this and really clutching and hold on to it. But if you're clutching and holding on to something, when something comes in, how are you going to grab it? Because if you take your hands off of the pentacle, the pentacle stone that she's holding, if she takes her hands off of it, then it is liable to drop. So if she's going to trying to grab what it is that she's been pulling to manifest, well, then she's going to have this issue of possibly dropping what is so sacred and so precious to her. Okay. And within this, we have to realize that if we're trying to call in stuff, we have to make room. And there's this energy of lack or losing something. Okay. And kind of stepping out of it, almost like this possibility of this paranoid energy or close to it. Okay. But within this, we have to be able to open up. If you want more than the status quo or the status quo of what you currently have, you have to be able to put that thing down in a safe place so you can be able to grab onto what it is that you are trying to take hold of. You can put the ingredients together, all that you fucking want. You can put the ingredients in your emotion and your intention into your magic, all that you want. But if you're still clutching on to what you already have, you're going to be stuck wondering why you're not good enough. And it's not that you're not good enough. It's not that you're not good enough. It's that you don't have room. You're too afraid to lose what you're holding on to, lose what little bit you do have, that your magic can't come in, because it might even be knocking on your fucking door, but you can't answer the door. And that's the issue that you're coming up against. And it's not that you have to completely come to a place where you're like dropping this thing on the ground or throwing it in the trash. Put it in a safe spot so you have room. And come out of this energy of lack so you have room to grab onto what it is that you're trying to pull in and what it is that you're trying to bring into fruition. Okay, now that is what I'm seeing for my group number 4s. Now, I hope that these messages were very helpful for you. And if you feel like you need a reading specifically for yourself, because these are for the collective, please do not hesitate to contact me, and I would love to work with you. Everybody, please